Hey there, I'm Jamie Anderson. I'm a musician, I'm a teacher with a popular YouTube channel, and I'm a writer. My first book was Drive All Night, which is a collection of stories from 30 years of touring. My newest book is Drive All Day, because I'm too old to drive all night. It's a collection of true life stories from a working musician, plus a few essays, and I'm hoping that you can help me with it. So what's in this book? Well, I have a chapter about Spotify. I tell you about that quarter where I received 225 unique listens, and for that Spotify paid me the princely sum of 10 cents. I also explain a little bit about how streaming platforms work, and it's never for the musician. Unless, of course, you're Lady Gaga, which obviously I am not. I also have some stories about gigs, like that hospice gig that I had where I showed up thinking that I was going to play soothing music for a room full of people, candlelight, and as it turns out what they wanted was upbeat pop music as a background to their raucous card games. I talk about my students. One of my favorites was from China. And she didn't quite understand our culture, but she loved the Beatles, and so I was teaching her Beatles music, including Help. When I told her I was going to teach her that song, she kind of looked at me and she said, "That sounds tragic." I also talk about the interesting excuses I get from students. My favorite is she didn't practice because we couldn't find her guitar. A week later, they found the guitar in the back of their family van. I guess we know who didn't practice. I tell you about my trip to Hawaii, where I hardly paid attention to the beaches because ukuleles. I also have some chapters that really aren't about music, but I thought you would enjoy reading them. One of them is about my trip to Dollywood with my mom, as we were standing in line for a bone-rattling roller coaster. Very long line. I realized she was the oldest one in that line, but then this is a woman who jumped out of a plane in her 70s. She had a parachute, but still. So, dive into the life of a working musician, and if you learn anything from Drive All Day, you will learn that if you ride the roller coasters at Dollywood, you should have an extra large bottle of ibuprofen. Thanks, I really appreciate your support.